Yeah, welcome, one and all. This is Generational Gap Podcast, and it is September. Damn, I'm in
Your days off. It's
time
the 3rd of September.
September 3rd, Labor Day weekend. We're chilling. We are having John co-host filling in for DeAndre today. Give it up for the man. DeAndre is camping, so today we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Usually we start with bullshit, which today I do got some bullshit. There is some technical bullshit, but it's only opinionated. You know who Joe Budden is.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone asked him on his show, like, verses, I don't really keep up with verses like that. I did see the DMX and Snoop verses, and I've seen a couple others, but a debate, I think this week, about Tupac washing Big and Nas, or Nas, in a versus battle. I don't know if I could have kept up with DeAndre as far as an opinion with him, because he doesn't have that, like, in other words, we came up in a Tupac, Biggie, Nas era. Nas is obviously still living and still has his run, right? Yeah. But I don't know if he would have as much of an opinion about Tupac and Big. So I think this is something I could get into with you, and we could come together on this one. Joe Budden goes, Tupac would absolutely wash Biggie, and he would absolutely wash Nas in a versus. Now, you're familiar with the Versus forum?
The Versus forum.
Like have you ever seen one?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So in Versus, you get two cats. Like when DMX was alive, he did one with Snoop. They stand on either side of the room, and the DJs will play a record, and then the other DJ for the other person will play a record. Now, obviously, they perform, but they're playing their music for them so that they can't perform. Usually about a verse and a hook, something kind of cool, just to give you an idea of the song, right? If Snoop plays, I'm giving you the Snoop and DMX one because I remember this one. If Snoop plays a song that has something to do with females, so will DMX, right? So that you can kind of get an idea of like, whose lady influence song is better.
Right. Okay.
And so forth and so on. You know what I mean? So any type of topic that one person plays, the other DJ is going to go into a song that somewhat resembles the same subject matter as the other person. Right. And then nobody gets an award. Nobody gets chosen as the winner, but there's definitely a fan opinion of like, that song was better than that song. And you keep score. So it's like a 1-for-1. Does that make sense?
So it's like battle rapping without freestyles.
Yeah.
Just like it's pre-recorded verses.
Your catalog.
Yeah, okay.
So Joe Budden's opinion is, Tupac's going to wash Biggie. And we can get into a further conversation. But in your opinion, just thinking of this, Tupac and Biggie were obviously one of the bigger rivalries back in the day. We live on the West Coast, so there's kind of this difference of opinion with Tupac, with me. Because I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Biggie was better than Tupac. I can't do that. Because of where I live, because of how much Tupac I listen to. I listen to both Biggie albums. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
But where do you stand? You think Tupac is just washing Biggie? And for what?
I'd say yeah.
You would say he washes him or he just beats him?
I'd say he beats him.
Okay. And that was my thing, was like, I don't know if I agree with Joe Budden where he goes, he washes Biggie. I was like,
No, I don't think he washes him, but I definitely think he would beat him.
Yeah.
Because I know if somebody played some Biggie right now, you'd be like, ooh, hey, that's some Biggie.
Absolutely.
You're not going to be like, hey, turn that East Coast shit off.
No. We like music, period.
Right.
Give a fuck. But I was definitely a Tupac fan, and especially from him coming from Digital Underground and knowing his origins and shit. I was kind of like, I was still there when he got onto the scene. I was like, oh, yeah, that's the dude from Digital Underground.
I think it would be different if you had Biggie from the East Coast and let's just say somebody else who's not Pac from the West Coast and he was trash.
Yeah.
You would be like, well, for starters, I feel like people have to represent their artists from their side of the country. But if they're trash, you can't really get behind that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like so Pac was dope, and we're from the West Coast. So it's like I have to rock with him
Yeah.
because if I don't, one, I'll get backlash from my community, the people I fuck with.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
can't like just pull up to somebody on the West Coast and be like slapping some big during the whole thing because they'd be like, "Bro, turn that shit off."
Right. Right.
Like you're a bitch for playing that shit. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like the same thing, vice versa. So like if you're in the East Coast and you're slapping some big, and somebody's like, "Hey, bro, this Pac shit slap," they'd be like, "Bro, get the fuck out of here."
Right.
So it's like you almost have to.
Yeah.
But like I said, depending on who the artist was, if they were trash, you then you could make your, you know,
Yeah.
your
No.
decision on who was like, better or whatever.
Right. Right. I don't think he washes him. I agree with you. I think he beats him. But that's so like rationale. I'm thinking Pac had more energy. He was more amped up, and in any type of concert setting or versus, it's just he's just gonna have this energy that's gonna make you go, oh well, this cat is
Yeah, the
amped.
the entertainment value's there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? To
yeah.
where Biggie was kind of like just more laid back, and he had some cool shit, but I don't know if he's just he can't take it. There's that. There's also the catalog, right? Now both of these brothers died. However, Pac had a longer run of albums and material than
Right.
Biggie did. So in the same way I said in the forum or the style that they set up these verses, they basically go hit for hit. So Pac would have all these hits to play. Big would only have so many to challenge those hits. And after a while, he's just going to run out of songs unless you're playing B-sides and deep cuts. But normally it's like the things that fans remember you for. So,
Right. I was gonna say Big's like his catalog. It's not that big.
2 albums.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
I don't know how many songs in those 2 albums, but it's like you can go like the All Eyes on Me or the Better Days, disc 1 and disc 2. That's like that's his 2 albums.
I'm gonna go with. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna go with only records that were released when he was alive, because I'm not gonna take any type of somebody else produced and
like
arranged.
the Tupac Resurrection album, I think. And,
Yeah.
I'm like
I'm taking all that.
fabricated some of that shit together.
Right. Yeah. I'm taking all that off the table. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take Tupacalypse Now, strictly for my niggas. I'm going to take, obviously, All Eyes on Me, and I got to take Machiavelli. He was dead. He was dead when that came out, but he recorded it right before.
Yeah, it was
he died.
recorded. Yeah.
And then so one when he was in jail. Fuck. Why am I? It had so many tears and shit on it.
Like, yeah.
I don't know why I can't think of the name of it.
Up.
Huh?
I said I almost have to pull him up.
Yeah, I think so. But y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Fuck all that. So he had 5 albums. That was just when he was alive.
Right.
Tupac has 5 albums. Big has 2. So obviously you got way more hits to come from Pac. And I'm gonna just give it to Pac off that. Now we switched to Nas, and I was like, I guess when this came up, I was like, I'm not a Nas fan at all. Like I could give you maybe 2 or 3 Nas songs that I like. So this is not even a topic of conversation for me. But I do know that Nas has been around for a long time. If you are on the East Coast for some reason or another, if you like that style of music and that's your main dish when you listen to hip hop, then yeah, maybe Nas is your pick. But to me, Nas is just not that dope. However, his long run says something. Like he's still making albums now with Hit Boy.
Right. Yeah.
And shit.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan of Nas, but like you said, I only know a few of his songs.
Exactly. So I didn't have much of an opinion, but it did change a little bit of like the way I looked at that argument. I was like, no, bro. Like Nas been around for a long fucking time. So I can't just say, yeah, Pac wins that battle. I just kind of go, yeah, maybe it might be close.
Well, I think not knowing like his catalog,
Yeah.
kind of puts us in that like undiscernible area of like,
Right.
okay, well, I can't really say
Yeah.
Pac versus Nas who's going to win because I haven't listened to the other half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rough one. But the Biggie Tupac thing has been, I mean, that's been challenged hella times. And yeah, it's always gonna be what you listen to more, and it's the Michael Jordan, LeBron fucking argument, but just hip hop.
Which is, I can get that now because us talking about Pac, like Pac and Biggie, I was very young. So I was born in 1990.
Right, right, right.
So, I mean, I grew up listening to, that stuff, which is like, I can see where the youngsters now, they're like, all we know is LeBron.
Yeah.
Because they didn't watch Jordan play.
Right, exactly.
They didn't watch, like, all they know is LeBron. Like I said, like, unless you were there, it's like, okay.
Yeah, you can pull up a documentary. Yeah. You can watch some highlights on YouTube or some bullshit, but that ain't gonna give you the actual feeling of like, yo, this motherfucker did it again.
Right.
And being there. So it's the same thing. Like I said, Pac was just one of those things. Like I actually pulled out an old Tupc mixtape from DJ Green Lantern where he switched up the beats and shit and put it in my car. I was like, yeah, this shit still slap. Like, just because I read it last night. I guess it was an older topic.
It's funny that you said that because, like, last week I was like on Spotify going through all the Pac songs, and I was like, and I've been bumping Pac for like a whole week before you even mentioned anything.
For real?
Yeah.
It'd be like that, man. It's just one of those things where you kind of look at it and just go, damn, this motherfucker had a lot of hits.
Yeah.
And it's a vibe.
It's funny because like, that shit used to play on the radio and it doesn't no more.
Yeah.
Like Wild 94.9 out here used to fucking play Pac. Like you'd be driving and all of a sudden California Love pops on. And it's like, oh, roll the windows down, slap that shit as loud as you can so the next person next to me can hear it.
Yep.
And they pull up and they're like,
yeah.
And it's like hella different now. So
you know what happened when Dr. Dre dropped Chronic 2001? That's the most memorable time I can think of driving around the Bay Area and hearing that fucking album out of everybody's car. Like countless motherfuckers. Yeah. That was probably the most that I had ever seen an album being circulated at the same time. Like the night that shit came out, I remember going to San Jose and we was on the Strip and I just heard motherfuckers everywhere playing just different songs off that album. And it was like, damn, everybody's playing this right now. And I think that might be, there might be times now I don't be outside like that anymore. So it could be that, like Drake or somebody else is probably taking over that spot. But that was a memorable fucking time where I was like, yo, literally everybody's playing this shit.
Yeah.
That was some crazy shit.
It's different music.
Yeah. Well, I was bringing up some old shit. I brought out my CD case. Because my car don't have no motherfucking Bluetooth. So I had to pull out this big-ass book of CDs. I was like,
all burned CDs. Those are different times.
Oh, burning CDs was the illest. I just saw
Especially if you had somebody, like, burned your CDs and it was, like, the full album.
Yeah.
Like, no cuts or nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
I liked downloading all my shit into my computer and then having everything at my disposal. So I'd be like, you take some Pac, like, off this one album. Oh, them 3 songs coming with me. Bam. Load those up, take some other shit, bam, load those up. So you just have all the shit you slap constantly on one CD. Like, yeah, that was the dope shit.
That was dope, yeah.
Now we just got playlists. But I can't do that in this car.
Yeah.
So now I'm taking CDs going, yeah, I fuck with that CD. I'm going to put it in, load the CD. CDs are a fucking problem. I hit a speed bump, the motherfucker scratched them, sitting there going, oh, I just killed that shit.
I remember my mom's Mercedes had a 6 CD changer in the back. But it was in the fucking trunk.
Right. You got to get out.
You got to get out and go load up 6 fucking CDs if you wanted to listen to some shit.
Fuck like, that, what? Man. That's the worst, bro. I bought an older car thinking it's dope, and now I'm sitting there going...
Yeah, don't let nobody see you doing that.
Yeah, I know. Like bro, how old are you? Yeah. And then I don't even know if somebody broke into that car, if they would even take that book of CDs. They'd probably be like, fuck, I'm going to do with these.
Yeah, they're like vinyls for us. Like,
right.
What the fuck am I going to do with CDs?
I don't have no CD player.
There's computers. Computers don't even have CD players anymore.
You want to hear a funny story?
What's that?
My mom's boyfriend bought my daughter. He gets like really technologically advanced things. Like he likes, wireless cameras and Bluetooth headphones. Like he's on the Amazon shit, right?
Yeah.
So for Christmas, usually he gets the kids like something kind of cool. Well, he also has this prepper's mentality, not fully to where he's building a bunker in the backyard,
right.
but he definitely, he looks at things of like, oh, this will help you be safe and shit like that. He bought my daughter an AM/FM radio that you can.
It's a crank radio.
That's
emergency radios.
And it's got a flashlight, a solar panel on the top, and it has a couple other features on it, right?
Yeah.
When he bought it, she pulls it out of the box, and this look on her face will probably be in my head for the rest of my fucking life, because she's not rude, so she opens it. She pulls it out. Moms and grandmas is like, hold it up, show us what you got, so they can take a picture. And she's like holding it, going, like, I don't know what the fuck this is.
I don't know what this is.
But here it is. And I go, you know what that is? And she's like, no. I'm like, it's a radio.
That's good.
And she goes, what's a radio? I went, fuck. I don't know if I felt any older at that point. I was kind of like, well, it's like a tuner and you just turn it on and people play music and there's motherfucker. And she's like, what? I'm like,
it's like broadcasted. Yeah.
Make
sure you flip the antenna out to get that good signal, though.
Is radio almost dead? Like, at this point, kids don't even know what the fuck it is.
I don't listen to the radio.
I don't. I mean, I know people who do, but that's just like because they have a work truck, like the cats at my job, just play the radio because it comes with an AM/FM.
I think like once the older cars finally up and disappear,
it'll be a wrap.
There's no more radio.
Yeah.
Like even in my car, it's like there's radio, AM/FM, and it's like never even touched the button.
Right.
As soon as I get in, my Bluetooth connects.
Mm-hmm.
My songs from my phone play, and I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah. I don't think that shit's going to be a thing for too much longer. I mean, especially they doing this 2035. We're supposed to have electric cars. Like, are they even going to put AM/FM in these motherfuckers? I wonder if there's cars being manufactured now who are kind of like, let's kill the AM/FM radio shit. Or is it an important aspect in like an emergencies or whatever just to have AM/FM to be able to get a signal?
I don't know.
It feels like it's dying.
I feel like, well, the only time you're going to get radio is if someone's actually broadcasting.
Right.
And if these stations start closing because of numbers,
then there's nothing to broadcast.
There's nothing to broadcast. So why even have it?
That's crazy.
But you said that the 2035 out here in California, they're trying to get rid of gas-powered vehicles.
Correct. That's going to be some bullshit.
Did you see what they had said like a few days ago?
No, what they say?
Because of our power grid?
Yeah.
We can't even have enough power to maintain people's ACs during the heat waves.
Oh, so how the fuck are we supposed to charge all these cars?
Like last year when the PG&E fires, they were like, stop using all your electricity from 4 to 9.
Yeah.
Like that's when everyone's home. That's when you're off work.
Yeah. At home
cleaning, cooking,
yep.
Whatever the fuck you're doing at home. And now they're like, don't use power during those hours.
Easier
because we don't have the power grid to support just your your sustained living at home.
Yeah.
But now they're like, don't charge your cars either because you're gonna fuck up our power grid. So I'm like, how are you gonna ban gas vehicles?
Right.
But you don't even have anything in place for electric vehicles. Like, yeah, you have like the charging stations, but like I said, if everybody was to charge their cars at once and everybody was at home using the AC or cooking or using dryers and charging at home, like their power grids just shutting down.
I kind of feel as if solar will be more of a push. There's obviously, this is, to me, right now is the time to put some money into solar. If you own a home, maybe investing into it, depending on, I don't know a lot about it, but definitely the general aspect of it makes me feel like, shit, I might need that. And if you don't have a home, which like I rent, so I ain't finna be upgrading nobody else's shit.
Right.
But maybe investing in a company that's up and coming in your direct community that looks like their leadership is doing something, it's going to go somewhere. That might be a thing. Because I know, like you said, there ain't enough fucking power to do all these things. You just brought it up. People are at home cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, and playing video games and running TVs and shit like that. So you also going to add into the mix charging a fucking car, which is going to be a great amount of power out of all of the things I just named. So at that point, if you actually depending on PG&E to power all that shit, and your neighbor is doing the same shit, and that neighbor is doing the same shit, and their neighbor,
your whole community is doing it, yeah,
and take it farther than community, damn near, because I don't even know what's the percentage of electric cars in the Bay Area.
It's pretty high now. Tesla's fucking down the road.
Yeah, but how many? I mean, I do see a lot of Teslas on the road.
I know, but I'm saying like their manufacturing plant was right in there in Fremont.
Right.
So, I mean, you're getting it at the source living out here.
So if we're at, what do you want to say, like 25 to 30% electric cars right now? What would you guess?
If I had to guess how many, like, percentage of electric cars, are we talking like just Teslas? Or are you talking about just anything that requires like being charged?
Yeah, anything requires being charged.
Probably 20%.
20%?
At least.
So then
maybe 15, somewhere in there.
When what I'm guessing is that gas stations are going to start being null and void, or way less when we get 10 years from now, when we get to that point. We're a couple years away from them stopping selling gas-powered cars, and people have made this transition. I'm assuming gas stations are going to turn into either fucking charging stations or just they're going to fuck away. So if you have a gas-powered car, you got to go farther to get your gas or go find it someplace and really plan your shit. You can't just go down the street to get gas in the morning. So that's going to increase the amount of electric cars. So now at 20%, they're talking about we ain't got enough power. When we get up to 80% of motherfuckers having electric cars, then it will really be a fucking issue.
Right, unless they do some type of major overhauling to the power grid.
Right, which is going to take some fucking time.
Problem is trying to store all that stuff. So, like, you can get solar in your house and you have your backup battery.
Yeah.
But you can only store so much.
Right, right.
So, like, anything else that you're pulling in is useless.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, if you go... Let's say you have solar roof.
Right.
Right? You got your battery backup. It pulls... Let's say you go on vacation. Pulls enough wattage to, like, support your house for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're on vacation for a week and you're like, well, I've been gone for a week, haven't used no power. I got extra power. Like, no, it only holds so much.
Right, right.
I don't think people understand that concept.
Nah, I mean, it's going to have to become more clear as the shit rolls out. But, yeah, it's going to take some... I asked somebody from my mother-in-law's house. They was calling them all the time. Somehow I got on this fucking list, and they're calling my phone. Yo, you should go solar. You should go solar. So I was, just to ask the question. Yo, well, what does it entail? Oh, well, let's have somebody come by your house. We'll talk to you. Okay, come fuck it. Come by.
Right.
So somebody comes by, tells us, obviously the battery is fucking racks.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh, okay.
Panels and everything else, yeah.
Yeah, I said, never mind then. But they was giving me the game about, what it could do, da-da-da-da. So I kind of got some of the major points of the infrastructure and what it takes to even put it in your house. It costs some money. So it ain't just like, yo, somebody come through, put these panels up, you Gucci. There's some fucking money and some other shit that you need to do.
I'm not going to say most, but I know some of them get like $50,000.
Yeah.
For like, I think it depends on the square footage of your roof.
And then they said if your shit goes down, if there's a problem with your fucking solar panels to where they're not pulling any energy and storing it, then you got to go back to PG&E anyway.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that went to solar were like, you're paying, because you're leasing the panels. You don't buy to own. It's like a lease.
Oh, see, they're fucking you.
Yeah, they like rent them to you, and you pay a monthly. So it's like people are like, oh, my fucking gas bill. They usually try to like estimate how much power you use to like keep your budget a little like around the same money as paying your gas and electric bill.
All right. Well, see,
so
that
like
puts a different spin.
If your gas and electric bill is $90 a month, because you just like you run the heater occasionally, whatever, you watch TV, you turn off your lights, whatever. If it's $90, they'll come out and they'll say, how much is your bill now? And they're like, $90. And they're like, okay, well, you'll need this many solar panels to like pull in that much power that you use. They try to like keep it in the same range, but it's like, okay, now I'm not paying gas and electric, but I'm paying you guys $90 a month.
Yeah.
And they're like, you'll save money. Yeah, like 20 years later.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's going to take me some fucking time to recoup all that and then see the benefit of it.
And then 20 years later, 30 years later, you got to replace
the fucking panels. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like a fucking scam again. It's always a scam somewhere, but.
Right, yeah. The idea, so the ideas are good, like solar energy.
Yes.
Hybrid electric vehicles. Like, actually, I just had hybrid when I got that rental car.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What was that? A Camry, right?
A Camry.
Okay. Yeah.
And I get the whole concept of having like the gas engine charge the generators, like that charge the battery. When you hit the brakes, it charges the battery. Cool.
Yeah.
Like you got 50-50.
Right.
I was getting like almost 50 miles a gallon that thing. I had it for 2 weeks, drove to work, commuted 40 miles a day, and I think I used half a tank.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Half a tank. I was like, cool.
Yeah. That's not bad.
So I feel like the ideas of going electric and having solar, they're great ideas, but I don't think there's enough like...
it hasn't been tweaked enough to actually benefit us.
To benefit anything.
And besides which, nobody's ever going to benefit us 100%. It's usually so they can benefit their fucking pockets.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk about like how much land you have to destroy to mine cobalt and shit either for these lithium batteries.
Right.
And when they get old, what are you going to do with them?
Somehow fucking figure out what to do with them and recycle them. And
that's what I'm saying. Like lead battery, you can take the lead parts and melt them down and recycle the lead, like 90% of the batteries.
Okay.
Like lithium, you can't recycle it. And if you can, it's probably very like minimal percentage of what you can and can't. But
damn, yeah. It's gonna be some time before we see any benefits, and if we see any. But I don't know, man. It's a weird fucking slippery slope that I'm looking at, kind of going, this seems weird. But I do know I want me like a nice little M3 before they stop selling these motherfucking gas powered cars around this bitch, because I know it's gonna be a time when they're gonna probably go from 30 grand for a used one at like 100,000 miles to like 80,
like that's
90.
A vintage collector's item now.
Yeah, exactly. Like they'd had the Castro Valley Cruise and the Good Guys Car Show last weekend, and there was a lot of motherfuckers with some dope fucking cars. And somebody had put a comment on Nextdoor of like, yo, there's gonna be a time when this shit is gonna get real small, because it'll be even less of a crowd, because there's a lot of people who are just going to stop buying any type of gas powered anything.
That's kind of hard to do though.
What do you mean?
I'm like, we got what, 300 million people in the United States?
350 million.
340? Something like that.
Yeah.
And not all of them have cars, but you do have people that make up for the people that don't by,
having multiple
cars, 3, 4 cars.
Sure.
So you can't force these people to be like, you know what? You got a gas powered car? I'm sorry, we're no longer supporting that. Nah,
man, but you know how us as humans are. Once you throw some shit in somebody's face enough, you start to change their fucking mind.
You do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's product placement, it's marketing, it's shit like that. Now, right now they're doing a good job of doing shit like that, but they're not jamming it down your throat yet. And I think they're gonna wait till the last minute to do it, to really make people panic and shit. And I'm not trying to say it as if it's gonna be like something where there's like, yo, you don't get one right now, you off the road. It's not gonna be that, but we're gonna see the infrastructure change to where it's like, oh shit, I gotta do this. And that's when they'll take advantage of like, yo, come get one of these motherfuckers. And a lot of more companies are making them now. Like that new, not Kia, Kia and Hyundai are tied at the hip. Hyundai's got the, I can't think of the name of the car. There's a 5, which is the sedan, and the 6 is the compact SUV. It's got some weird, wacky fucking name, but they've made their own electric car. Like it's the answer to Tesla, like everybody else is doing. And it's a nice fucking car. So now that you're getting more manufacturers doing it, more body styles and shit like that, the Tesla is not really that great looking to me. However, I am like German engineering fan. You feel me? So now that I see the Hyundai is shaped and kind of looks like a Audi, and to me, I was kind of like, oh, that shit kind of clean. So it's got me interested. I'm not ready to pull the trigger, but it's got me interested. You know?
Yeah, I haven't seen nothing like Rivian. I've seen the Rivian trucks.
Those are dope.
Headlights are hideous.
They are hideous, but they're 90 grand, so you can.
The fully loaded one's 150.
That's fucking crazy.
150 for an electric fucking truck.
That's crazy as a motherfucker.
Like, they got all the tailgating shit. I think they try to sell people on, like, little features.
Yeah, well.
Like, you can pull up to a fucking tailgate party and just start cooking. Like,
okay. Like, how often you going to use that?
Fucking grill, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck
in my
are you talking about?
beater-ass truck. That's, like, $2,000.
Straight up.
So, I don't know. Like, I've seen Mercedes. I've seen a Mercedes, like an E something. Mm-hmm. Like their electric shit.
Okay.
Like 440S or some shit. I don't know. They're like $100,000 too, but yeah. I feel like cars, like any type of luxury vehicle, is $60,000 plus now.
Straight up. Yeah. I need the good cheap version because I'm not trying to pay all that money for. If I'm buying an electric car just because it's going to be the standard or whatever the fuck, then give me something that's easy enough to pay for. But I don't want to start working myself to death to pay for a fucking car because y'all changed the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's what I'm not.
What I don't like is, like, there's been some Tesla owners who are like, "Yo, my car don't work. This shit updated and the fucking thing won't turn on."
Yeah, my car is a computer now.
So I feel like once you have 80% of the population riding around these fucking electric cars.
Yeah. It's going to be a bunch of motherfuckers.
Hey, we'll just shut your shit off.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like it either. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist or nothing.
Yeah,
but
it's moving towards that. But
it is.
A lot.
And it's a phone.
That is a fucking... Yeah, so your phone is like, it's in your pocket. They tap in. They pull your fucking searches and they try to advertise shit that you've searched.
Okay.
Fine.
Let's take it there. Let's take it there.
Okay.
Now they searching your phone to see where you have, or no, they're going through your phone to see where you search to market towards you, right? Okay. Right. Let's go further. Now they're looking at your locations on your GPS on your fucking car to see where you go, and then market that shit towards you. Oh, we see that this motherfucker be over here all the time. He must like da. So let's start pushing this at you. I mean, at some point, it's got to stop, man.
Yeah, that's where,
you know
like,
I mean?
That's the whole conspiracy shit is like.
Is it a conspiracy?
If something happens, right, like, I don't know, a natural disaster, and they try to regulate the flow of traffic and everybody leaving the area.
Right.
Shut their cars down. We'll keep them there.
Right. We can't have y'all all on the road at one time.
We can't have everybody leaving this fucking area because it's a fucking epicenter of whatever happened.
Well, there go Chris driving past me in his fucking
M3
because that motherfucker don't get
quarter
shut down.
Tank of gas because he can't find a gas station.
I couldn't find a Chevron.
I can get far enough though.
Straight up.
Listen, you can run your car off some moonshine. It's probably not good for your pistons, but
fuck it, you get somewhere though.
Hey, get somewhere.
Last ditch efforts, man. Next up on the Grown Folk Podcast, what do you think about I know you haven't seen them because in pre-production we was talking about it and you was kind of like, I'm not familiar, but I want to bring this up to you because we talking about electric cars and Teslas and shit. The CEO of Tesla, Elon Musk, has him and some other gentlemen who had an idea, which he thought was a great idea, and put a lot of his money into the project. It's called Boxable, Boxabl. And Boxable is a manufactured home, and it's about 375 square feet. It's like a square, right?
Right.
And the way it's rolled out is that it comes off of a truck, the back of a truck, and it's this big fucking slat. It's basically flat, and it looks like just a billboard. Basically, once they take it off, they put it on whatever foundation you want to unbox it on, and thus the name Boxable. They basically pull one side down, and then the rest of the motherfucker just unfolds. It's like a transformer, and it unfolds into this box. And I'm not sure the dimensions, but I do know it's like 375 square feet. The Cosita is the name of the first model that they're rolling out. They're putting them at 50 grand, 375 square feet. If you see the inside, it's furnished inside, which is another thing. All these furnishings come in with it: a refrigerator, a washer dryer, a television, obviously couches, and that type of furniture. That's on you. but the essential furniture, like an AC unit.
You get a pick list of what you want.
No, it comes with it.
Just comes with it, and so it's like a standard.
That's my understanding from watching some of the shit last night. The thing that I kind of see that's useful for it is they're trying to say that it's gonna answer the housing crisis because it's $50,000, and they have their own financing. So $50,000. If you're not worried about a lot of space and shit, then you can get this Boxable, which would put you and your girl under a roof that has, again, solar panels. But you're not renting these. This is your fucking solar panels.
I feel like that's not an answer to the housing crisis, though.
It's $50,000.
Not to shit on the idea, but I mean, like, at least me personally, like, I would prefer a house, like garage, backyard.
Yes.
Like, because even so now you say you buy this fucking box. Mm-hmm. You still need land to put it on.
That's true.
You need space. You need a foundation.
YD has shown me the way. He has a website that he showed me that's basically you can buy land. You can buy little plots of land.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
That are actually different zoning is available. So you just go into your search and go, I want residential zoning, and they'll show you over here you can buy some residential land for this much money, which, to be honest with you, I've seen some that's not a lot of money. But if I'm going to be honest with the Boxable, it only seems as if, first, for me, right? Because at this point, again, I'm renting, right?
Right.
I'm looking to move out of state at some point if I could ever make that transition with work and all that kind of shit. DeAndre's getting to a point now where he's getting to an age at some point he's going to be, moving along. Right. And it's going to be 3 of us. So right now I'm renting this big ass house and motherfucker ain't been here in 2 weeks. And I'm sitting there looking at that room that I'm paying an extra G for going, I don't know if this is really, if this motherfucker don't come home in another month, I might have to have a conversation like, so what you doing, G? Mm-hmm. What I'm getting at here is that if I'm going to move and go someplace else, I got to figure out, do I want to buy a house? And then I got to think about the fact that my daughter's getting to that age too. Within like another 10, 15 years, she might be in the same position of like, yo, I'm not going to be living here. Do I want to buy this big ass house that me and my wife are only going to be in for, when we get old and decrepit? Do I want to buy like a Boxable? However, I'm looking at like a Boxable and some land, $50,000 for the Boxable. 10,000 out for the land if you want something big.
Depending on the acreage, yeah.
Right.
And footage of your property.
So let's think about it. Now you got a 375 square foot home in parentheses, in quotations, and then you paying for the land, and then obviously you're going to have to make some adjustments to the land to get a driveway to do some type of...
Getting a driveway paved is probably going to cost you more than the Boxable.
You think it's more than 50?
Absolutely. So you're gonna listen. Like, there's a lot of
variables. Plumbing. Yes. You got to do the plumbing. Right.
There's no electricity.
Right.
The
electricity is through your solar.
Solar, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because it's only gonna power what's inside there.
And there's not a lot.
Right, but then you got to replace solar panels.
Yes.
So you got your zoning, your foundation pad that you're gonna have concreted below the frost line, so they're gonna have to dig it out,
right?
Pour the cement, whatever,
right?
Driveway, depending on how long your driveway is from the road.
Yep.
20 to 50 grand, depending on how wide you want it, how long you want it.
Yeah.
Garage, probably have to have some type of hangar built or shed for some type of garage if you want a garage.
Yeah.
Or you're just gonna keep your shit outside.
Yeah.
Plumbing issues.
Yeah.
Like, even though you bought your land, you're still gonna have to like have some type of access for mail.
Yeah, that's gotta like, for sure.
It's gotta be registered through the fucking like state. Like, there's a lot of shit that goes into that.
Yeah, it's not just unfold that motherfucker in that field. We go.
Yeah.
I know that.
But I mean, you could, but
yeah, but it ain't gonna. You ain't gonna. You'll do it and then go. Damn, I didn't think about all this.
Right. There's a lot of shit that goes into that. So, I guess if you had the money, then you can get it going.
Okay, 375, right? Square feet. Here's my. I don't go as deep as you, which I like bringing this shit up to you because you give me way more shit to think about. Here's my here's my original thought. 375 square feet. I'm like 50 grand. I don't know if this 375 square feet is going to be enough for me. Like you and your wife have a disagreement. Go in your corner and I'll go in mine. And I can still see your monkey ass from right here. So we still have to look at each other, even though I just want to be by myself to think right now. Because listen, life ain't perfect. When if you got a big place, you like, you know what? I'm going upstairs to the other side of the house.
Upstairs?
You go downstairs to the other side of the house, and we ain't got to see each other for the afternoon. We can think about this shit and go talk about it later.
And I'm pounding on the floor everywhere I go, too.
Heavy footed. Boom, boom, boom. I'm pissed.
Just to piss you off downstairs.
Now, listen. Now, if I got a boxable, it's like, I want to watch TV, but there's only one fucking TV in here. So now it's kind of like, you ain't got no space. I'm thinking in this, not just because of an argument, but just having some space. Because I don't know if I particularly would be cool with 375 square feet of room. So I'm going, okay, what if I could knock down a wall, or maybe even 2 walls on my boxable, and put 4 boxables together to make this motherfucker a little bigger. Now, if that was a possibility, I'm assuming in the future they're going to do something to where there's bigger models, because there's also other manufacturers who are coming out with bigger and more different scaled models. So I'm going, okay, this will be a thing. But if I'm putting a price point of one boxable at 50 grand, by the time I put 4 of them together, I'm at 200,000. Plus the plumbing and all the things you just told me about. So now I'm looking at like 400 to 500.
Plus a bigger foundation to support the weight.
Yes. All the things you have to do. Right. Now, if I'm looking at, for instance, my boy live up in Carson. I went down there, looked at some brand new houses being built around 500 grand in Nevada for a house that's being built now. As a matter of fact, you buy it, tell them what you want, and it's 6 to 7 months out from when it's finished.
Right.
We're looking at 500 grand. So at that point, you might as well just go and get you a normal motherfucking house that's got the plumbing and all that shit put into it, instead of you doing it yourself and actually buying a manufactured home to put on top of this that you just did. And it's basically just like everybody else's shit. As you just stated, I don't know that this is the answer to the housing crisis. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It sounds great. Everything sounds really good. But in real aspects of money, time, effort, is it really that much better than trying to get a house? You know what I'm saying? Could I buy a boxable and rent it? Like if I had all this shit in place? Sure, but you ain't even making no money off that. So
a lot of people forget that you can have a house built by a company.
Absolutely.
You go buy an acre of land and have someone come in there and build you a fucking house for like almost the price of buying one.
Right. And it's to your
Usually
specs.
It's a little less.
Yeah, it is.
There's no like extra taxes on that shit. Like,
I've actually looked that up, to be honest, now that we're talking about it.
I would say it's cheaper, but like with the price of inflation and fucking
right now,
lumber right now,
labor
is
and
crazy.
Materials and labor right now are different. Yes. So it's not going to be as profitable.
So before you were able to like maybe have a house built for like $300,000.
Yeah. Which
like would equate to like buying a house at like $450. It was in like that $50,000 $100,000 range that you would save by having your house built.
Yeah. Well, shit, we're in the Bay Area where we just talked about it. If you really want to find the cheapest house you could find out here, it's usually, in a decent area, you're looking at would you call it 8.5, 900,000? That was your estimation at the time.
In the Bay Area, yeah. You can go to places like Antioch, and you could probably get. But they're pushing like 4 or 5 now.
400,000 or 500,000 in Antioch
for a fucking 3-bedroom, 2-bath, like nothing single, maybe 2-car garage. It's fucking ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so. That I don't know because I've never looked at Antioch. I don't even want to look out that way.
I'm just saying that's where like the cheaper houses are. But if you want like in the Bay Area, like East Bay or fucking like just say without relive. That's like where we're living at. But
right.
You're looking at no less than fucking 8.
Right. So I'm thinking of building a house for $300,000 plus all the extra shit that comes with it, probably another $100,000 maybe, and then buying the land. You still getting out like $200,000-300,000 ahead, right? And I've looked at that too, and I've actually Googled this shit, and people were like, yeah, this, that, and the other thing. I'm looking at the Land Watch website, and it's like for land in a nice fucking area, Redwood City, fucking even into La Honda and all that shit out there. Like the land is what? Like fucking, you can get it for like $60,000-$70,000. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be off the grid kind of, and I'm sure it's not plumbed, but
no, yeah.
Even though. You know what I'm saying?
Use natural gas. You can use propane out there and shit.
Yeah.
Septic if you want, but...
Nah, never that. I'm cool.
I mean, it's underground.
I know it is, but I've just heard horror stories from a partner who used to do that shit, and he was like, yeah, it gets rough.
I think it depends on... I mean, if it's old...
Yeah.
Talking about houses that are like 50 plus years old with septic, who
Right. But do you want that? Like if you're building a house and then... You got all this state-of-the-art shit, but your shit is on a septic tank. Like, for real. I don't. I'm way too bougie for that, bro.
I think if it was new and you were like, just you and your wife.
Nah, you good with that kind of shit. I'm too bougie for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do that kind of shit because you're going to be like, I'm going to go out here and fix this shit. I'm going to be sitting there going, I don't feel like doing all that, man. Call the motherfucker who come and fix this.
I'm not fixing shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
I will fix shit, but I'm not fixing shit. Is what I mean. Like
that's what I'm trying to say. But you handy like story. That. I'm at a job where I fuck around and fix shit all day, and I'm kind of like, man, fuck that. I am not finna get out here and start getting on my hands and knees after a hard day's work or on the weekends to try to fuck with this thing. Especially if I don't put out all this money to build this house on this piece of land and do some dream shit.
Right.
Fuck that, man. So again, I would just rather go through the process of paying for the shit that I want done so that I ain't got no issues. But my point in this is that I agree with you where people forget you could build a motherfucking house. And I think it's easier. You ain't got to deal with the shit that somebody else did already or fuck the house up in this way or that way.
Every house in this whole neighborhood is identical.
Right. Exactly.
The layouts are the same. They're just flipped.
Yeah.
Like your garage might be on the left side of the house, but your neighbor's house is identical and their garage is on the right side.
Yep.
And it's kind of ridiculous. It's funny because I know what the inside of your house looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
All the floor plans are the same.
I mean, that's the same thing when I was looking at those places in Carson. It's all the houses are cookie cutter. You know what I mean? There's 4 different floor plans. So if you look outside of the house, you go, oh yeah, I've seen this model.
Not only that, but they're slamming them next together. Like you have 4 feet on the side of your house between a fence.
Yeah. Like
you have enough to push a fucking trash can through.
I'm cool with that. I'm really not that.
I don't want to be in my shower and look across 10 feet and see my neighbor.
I can dig it. Yeah, I'm fly with that. Like I put some blinds and some curtains. We good. Fuck all that. However, I don't like that in San Francisco. Like how your walls fucking pressed. Yeah. No. I need some room. But I'm. That's not a concern of mine. My concern more or less is like getting something that's worth my money. You know what I mean? At this point, instead of buying something because I can afford it.
Yeah, building is the way to go.
Yeah, I agree.
You get to customize your floor plan.
Yep.
Where you want shit. Like, it's up to you. And then at the end of the day, it's like, I designed this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely don't want a 2-story house because I'm getting old and I'm like, bro, what happens when my legs start to go out?
Just get an elevator, bro.
That's true. I could always fix the motherfucker too.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
There you go.
Yep.
Wheelchair accessible.
Yeah. I don't know. You ain't never seen those movies or actually I've been into a home that has the wheelchair lift or the lift for the person that goes up the stairs.
Yeah.
That I don't know if I could ever put myself in one of those
just
and
make
feel
sure you
normal.
Carry some snacks in your pocket.
Yeah, I was just going to say that shit is slow as fuck. A1. B, if there's a fire, you shit out of luck. You know what I mean? Like, load yourself onto this fucking chair as an old dude and try to lower the fucking chair as the fire is blazing.
Sliding down and the fire's just like...
Yeah. You can't go fast enough. That sounds like a fucking nightmare. I'm cool. I think I'll just roll myself down the stairs.
I think I would just...
I'm going to get a piece of cardboard and be like, shit, I'll see you at the bottom.
Old school blanket trick and just hold the shit.
Yeah, like it's a fucking sled, man. Yeah. Try to keep yourself upright. Yeah, I don't know, man. obviously this has been a thought in my head for a while now, just with the Bay Area housing prices and the housing market in general in the United States. It's like, damn, what we gonna do? But right now I'm sustaining, so it's like whatever. But I mean, we're not all. I know not everybody can do it. It's just like, what can you afford? And at that point, if you're just going to buy something in an area that you can't afford because you're forced to, what you gonna feel about that in like 10 years? You know what I mean? After you're already there and you kind of like, fuck, man, I did this, but I didn't really want to. It's just I had no choice. You know what I mean?
I think the way the youngsters are growing up, they don't want to be homeowners.
You think?
There's a lot of people who just, they're not handy.
Yeah.
They're like techs.
Right.
Techies, like, they don't want to own a house.
Yeah, they can fix the
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Mow the fucking grass.
Yeah.
You got to do shit with your hands. And, like, that shit's out.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Like, oh, your fucking toilet needs to be replaced. They're either going to call.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're just going to,
Yep.
I'll do that shit myself.
Right.
Like, shut the fucking water off. Pull the fucking bolts out.
Yep.
Fucking pull the toilet off.
Put it back on. Put a new one on.
Replace the wax ring. Throw a new one on. Whatever the fuck you need to do.
Yeah.
Right? Like, a lot of people don't want to do that shit. They just want to be able to, like, hey, my sink's not working.
Right. And that's it.
And the fucking, the landlord sends somebody out to fucking fix it or whatever. Nobody, like, I don't know.
Oh, trust me, even renting, like, you could sit here and go, oh, yeah, I'd rather rent something so somebody come fix your shit. Listen, it don't be like that. Like, our shit will take a shit, something will go wrong, and then you call these motherfuckers, and they're like, yeah, we close right now. Because obviously nothing's going to go wrong between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. It's usually at night when you fucking around using the fridge or the stove or whatever. That's when it breaks. And then you got to call the motherfuckers. They don't get in until 8 the next day. Then they got to schedule some shit. You sitting around for no refrigerator for 3 days. Like when we moved in, we were smart enough to keep our old refrigerator. They had some appliances already in there. So I'm like, let's keep the fridge. And we kind of,
slap it in the garage.
Exactly. Push that bitch against the wall. We'll keep fucking water and shit in it. All of a sudden the fridge started going bad. I'm like, hey, you know what to do. Mm-hmm. Move all this shit into the garage. And then, we figured it out.
Actually, a freezer, if you don't open it, it'll stay fucking frozen for a few days.
Yeah, off top.
As long as there's something in there.
It didn't go out. It was just making a fucking noise, and it was pissing me off. I'm like, yo, what is that? But not to get all boring and shit. However, like I said, the point I was making is most people want to rent so that things go wrong and somebody comes and fixes it. Because if you own the home, that it's on you. You either call someone yourself to come fix it and you pay for it, or
you fix it yourself.
Right.
The new shit is like these fucking apartments or condo. I don't know, whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
These little tiny fucking living spaces. They're like being built on top of shops. I don't know if you've seen that.
Absolutely.
Like the whole bottom floor is like a fucking shopping center.
Right on Foothill.
Yes.
Yep.
And there's a City Sports there too.
Yep.
They did it in Oakland on Broadway too.
No shit.
Yeah. So like it's like restaurants and little bars and hangout little areas, and then it's like above that it's like balconies where people live.
Think about this.
They're $8,000 per month.
It's ridiculous, but it's also ease of access.
Right.
I understand the ease of access. Would I live in one? If it was cheap enough, maybe. But the ease of access is downstairs you have a fucking Subway, a Starbucks, a gym, a movie theater on the next block, a grocery store across the street, blah, 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 a gas station on the corner. Everything that you need is within 100 to 200 feet of where you live. And all you got to do is take a fucking elevator up to your house and take your shit back upstairs and you good. Ease of access. I definitely understand it, and it has become a trend. I'm looking at this happening in the Bay Area a lot. Basically storefronts, like you said, on the bottom, right, and then all residential up above. It looks dope. It looks really clean. But this ain't new. This is like, if you think about old New York.
Old liquor stores where people like, the owner would fucking live above his shop.
Right. Or in Chicago where it's kind of like, here's the fucking storefront, and right next to it there's a door where you go into this shallow hallway up the stairs, and then all the fucking living spaces up above it are accessed.
Yeah, it's not new, like you said, but I think it's being modernized.
Absolutely. Perfect way.
So it's not going to be a convenience store, but it's going to be a shopping center.
Exactly.
With like you said, the Starbucks, the fucking Subways, the
Yeah, and
popular shit.
Yeah, and the more obviously corporate owned shit is moving in there. It's not moms and pops, and that's the kind of the problem. They're putting moms and pops out of business because they're like, yo, we're just gonna move all these homes, condos or apartments, whatever you want to call it, into these residentials right up above these big corporations stores, and that basically makes it to where you're like, fuck the donut shop down the street. The fuck I need that for? I go downstairs to Starbucks.
Yeah.
And they, I mean, not that Starbucks ain't been killing mom and pop coffee and donut shops for a long time, but basically now that you have it right at your fucking fingertips, you don't even have a choice anymore. Like who's gonna go down the street?
You're not gonna inconvenience yourself to go to your favorite coffee shop when there's one downstairs. Like the one on Foothill.
You gonna get used to
Sports, big ass parking lot.
Yeah,
but it's like across the street's a fucking bank, Safeway.
Lucky's. Oh yeah, Safeway. Yep.
There's an IHOP across the street from there.
Yep.
There's and then just downtown, like Hayward, where there's
the movie theater is a block away.
Yeah, and then there's Main Street.
Yeah,
which has all the fucking
Metro Taqueria and fucking Buffalo or Wild Willie's or whatever the fuck they call that.
Buffalo Bills. Yeah, Buffalo I think Bills. They closed.
Did they?
I don't know.
Who gives a fuck?
Okay.
Point that we're making right now is that everything is there, and it's the ease of access.
They try to centralize everything into your living quarters.
Oh, they've been doing it. You can see they was shutting a lot of shit down in that area of we're gonna get rid of this shit. They charge you a
premium for that shit too, though.
Yeah.
I'm not paying no premium.
I'm cool, man. I'm cool.
Because at the end of the day, like you said, you're still sharing walls, you're sharing floors and ceilings with people.
Yeah. Never forget the next motherfucker might not be so cool about it, and you are either late night sitting there watching a movie and they're out in the next fucking place, doing something on the, in their place, or living below somebody's even worse, depending on the structure of the place. I've lived in apartments where somebody just walking through their living room is kind of like an earthquake on your place.
I feel like that's the older buildings.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, now retrofitting and shit. Yeah, especially in California. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel right being that close to people. Now, if you're good with that, and again, we're saying this, the new generation, a lot of tech professionals, these motherfuckers be at work for so long that it's kind of like I just go home to go to sleep. I have a drink on Fridays and Saturdays and be out.
They don't
until
even drive.
Midnight.
They're taking
Ubers and ride shares.
Yeah, because they can afford it. But
it's the new thing.
Yeah, it definitely is. Because listen, you try to sell me a fucking 250 square foot apartment for $8,000 a month. Yeah, you can have that.
No shit. Yeah, one of our accounts at work is it's a fucking high rise tower on 14th and Franklin. And they charge 8 racks. Now, do they have some nice shit? Oh, yeah, you bet they fucking do. And the people I see living there, they seem to have some money. But the point I'm making is the gym is upstairs. They have their own bar that's open on certain nights. Yeah. You can tell this is made for professionals who live or work in the area and just want to live close. It's right in the middle of some bullshit. You know what I mean? Right as you come out your front door, there's all kinds of dumb shit jumping off around you.
That's why you stay inside.
Exactly. And they make everything at your fingertips so you ain't got to go nowhere. But it's quite a sight. I want to wrap this up with one topic. And I don't know if you've heard of this, but it's definitely on the young professionals and newer generation subject we've been on. Quiet quitting. Have you heard of this term?
Quiet quitting.
Yes, sir. Quiet quitting.
Nope.
Okay. Let me give you a little bit of a synopsis of what this means or a little background. I feel as if quiet quitting is a term that has been made by employers since the pandemic in order to somehow, and again, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist because then it's kind of like, well, who came up with this term? One person passed it on? How does that work? Quiet quitting means people are doing the bare minimum at their job in order to keep their job. Nobody goes above and beyond anymore. What do I think this means? What I kind of feel like it means is, for instance, my wife is now filling in for a spot because since the pandemic, not a lot of people want to work, or I don't know how that works with certain people because I know I got bills to pay. What it is One person that filled in her shoes when she got promoted up had to do her old job. So since they couldn't fill that spot, my wife had to do both jobs until they filled up the spot. Now, they've tried hiring people. They hired one person. She couldn't cut the fucking mustard and ended up quitting because the job was too hard.
Right.
Okay, so now my wife is doing both jobs again and waiting for someone to fill up that position so that she doesn't have to do the 2 jobs. Well, when her boss goes on vacation, then she does 3 fucking jobs. Okay?
Right.
Now, my daughter gets sick. My wife has been doing this since March and has been pissed off, but they've given her a couple hours of overtime, even though she's doing the job of 2 people.
Yeah.
2 people and sometimes 3.
Well, her job included, yeah.
Right. And no one's giving her like a bump in wage of like, well, since we're not paying for one person's salary here because it's empty and this other person's holding it down, maybe we should stipend half of that salary. We'd still be making that money per year to ourselves, but we should give it to that person for holding it down. They can't even do that. What they're doing is they're giving her a few hours of overtime every day, or every check, I should say, or every week.
Right.
Which to me, I would have a fucking issue, but she's a different person, right? So she's just trying to be patient and hang in there. The other day, she has to stay home. My daughter has a fucking fever. She's like, you know what? I'm staying home. I'm staying with my daughter. Her boss gave her some fucking attitude. Seems as if this quiet quitting shit is something that her boss would say, which is kind of like, yo, you got to come into the office or whoa. My wife goes above and beyond and don't fucking complain. I'm doing 3 jobs sometimes, but when I have to take some fucking time off,
it's a problem.
You're going to get at me, which puts me in a position where I'm like, yeah, maybe you should be on some quiet quitting shit of like, hey, bitch, listen, I'm going to do 1 job, which is the one I was hired for and that you pay me for. The other 2, when you're gone, I don't know. Catch up when you get back home. And the other job, my old job that you can't seem to find somebody for, not my motherfucking problem because I'm not the department head. I just do 1 job. Now, if she wanted to be that asshole, she could be the quiet quitter. But at the same time, like we try to make this term quiet quitting, but that's your fucking job. It's in the description of what we pay you for. It doesn't say that I have to cover this and cover that when somebody's gone. So if you're doing above and beyond at your job, I'm talking to anybody listening to this. If you go above and beyond, understand this. Going above and beyond only means that at some point, they're going to expect you to go above and beyond all the time. At our job, the same thing. If something takes 2 days for somebody to accomplish and you do it in 1, guess what? Once you let them know you did it in 1 day, you fucked everybody else because now everyone else is expected to do it in 1 day.
Yep. I tell people that all the time at work.
Yeah.
I said, don't do everything.
No, chill out.
Because if you do everything, one time you have, let's say you feel good.
Yeah.
You got some coffee in you. It's fucking Friday payday and you bust out every fucking thing.
Right.
But you worked your ass off. That's expected now.
Yeah.
And once that's expected, oh, well, so-and-so did it in 1 day. You can too. I might not be fucking as fast or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like cutting corners or whatever the fuck. How did that person, like, you know, finish all this work? Did they cut corners? Was the job done right?
Right.
And I feel like that type of quiet quitting shit that you're talking about happens in non-union jobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
oddly enough,
when
my
you're
wife
unionized,
yeah.
I work at the hospital and motherfuckers were in a union.
Yes.
People are like, I don't get paid per item.
Period.
Like when we reprocess like endoscopy scopes.
Yeah.
I don't get paid per scope. I get paid per hour.
Yeah.
If I do the bare minimum, you can't, as management, they can't go to the union and say, hey, this employee is doing this. So what? They're working.
Right.
Doesn't matter how many they did. If this employee did 15 and this motherfucker did 3, he's working.
Seems like a frustration that employers are dealing with where it's kind of like, we need shit getting done and some of these people we're hiring don't want to do it. But I feel like quiet quitting is a cop-out because how about quietly paying me extra for the more shit I do? Because that shit ain't going to happen.
Yeah, because you had 2 people doing this job, and how much were you paying them a year? $40,000, $50,000?
Right. Now you got one person doing
Take
it.
Take a third of that, give me 15, and give me 15 from them, make it 30, add that shit.
Right. If you could do that, you
get $10.
Straight up. But see, nobody wants to pay you for what the extra you're doing. There's no bonuses, no incentives, no. It's basically like, yo, we want you to do this job. If you go above and beyond, we'll applaud it. We ain't gonna tell you we applaud it. We ain't gonna give you no fucking award or no certificate or no bonus or no raise, but we applaud it. If you don't do enough for us, then we gonna get on your ass.
I feel like if the ball was in my park, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna do the work.
Right.
And I'm gonna show you what work I can do.
Absolutely.
For what you're paying me.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna show you what work I can do for the other 2 positions. So now I'm holding 3 positions.
Right.
And I'm gonna show you that I can maintain it all. Mm-hmm. The problem is when I ask for some fucking money.
Yeah.
And you tell me no, I'm gonna show you what I fucking can do when you're paying me as a one position.
And can't give me that extra.
Just like, like when companies say hiring starting at 19 all the way up to 28.
Yeah, what the fuck?
How do I get paid 28?
Yeah.
Because I can show you what I can do for $19, but I can also show you what I can do for $28 an hour.
Absolutely,
so, how, where are you going to categorize me at?
Employers, understand this. Just give us a clear and concise description of what is expected. And that way, there ain't no quiet quitting. It's kind of like, yo, we need you to do 1, 2, 3, ABC. If you can do that, then that's your job description. Now, if you can go above and beyond that, then we can give you we can figure something out. Or, hey man, if I see you can do ABC 1, 2, 3, that's cool. That position is yours. Now, if you can do more than that, then we need to have a talk about maybe bumping up your pay and giving you more responsibility. But it seems as if employers will give you more responsibility, more roles to fill, but will not pay you more. And then want to give you some bullshit turn of quiet quitting, which is kind of like, nah, bro, I'm doing the job you paid me for.
How about I'm fucking worn out?
How about go fuck yourself, pay me more? Show me the money. That's not just a pop culture reference. That is a fucking real thing.
For free?
Nah. The fuck time. You mean, man?
That's what I'm saying.
Stop acting like shit ain't expensive. So,
right.
I think they basically try to say that quiet quitting is having a work versus home mentality that's healthy. Like you have these professionals. Again, I think this coming from these young professionals who get paid salary, and it's kind of like, well, shit, my office has a whole ass cafeteria where the food is free. We have nap areas. We have a game room. We have a movie theater. That's because they want you to stay there 20 hours a day.
I've been inside Google.
Yeah.
And it's like that. Mm-hmm. Long time ago. This was maybe 10 plus years ago.
Right.
You had electric scooters to get from building to building.
Exactly.
You went upstairs, fucking game rooms, lounges pretty much with ping pong tables.
Yeah.
A fucking bowl of fucking beer like on ice.
Right.
Wii on the wall, Xbox on the wall, fucking computers, fucking pool tables, fucking you walk down the hallway and it's an open fucking fridge.
Right.
Where there's like sushi.
Yeah.
Sandwiches, Red Bulls, Cokes, anything you fucking want. You never paid for it.
Exactly. It's incentivized
towards you. Yeah.
Stocked all the time.
And that's a write-off for them, so they don't give a fuck.
Right.
But when your work environment is like that, then people are going to do what's expected of them.
Absolutely. Because you can,
when you stop treating people like they're fucking kids at work.
Right. Yeah. Hey, this is what we're expected of. This is what you're expected of. I need you to get all this done within so much amount of time. Can you do it? Yeah, sure, absolutely. Okay, well, here's the fucking perfect environment for when you need a break. You need to take your mind off of it.
And a good fucking pay wage.
Right, period.
I'm getting my shit done.
Straight up.
I tell people all the time, like, you think if companies, like, let's say you had to get 40 hours a week done. Mm-hmm. Let's say you got rid of tardiness and all this bullshit.
Yep.
Like, I'm going to get to work when I get to work.
Yeah.
But when I get there, I'm going to do my 8 hours.
Right.
Don't
or your 9 or
like,
10.
Hey, Chris, you were fucking late by 5 minutes today. I fucking showed up.
Yeah, I'm here.
Miss me with that bullshit, and I still did my 8 hours.
Now, I'm on some union shit to where I get there a half hour early. That way, nobody can ever say,
I'm just saying, if you got rid of that shit, stop, like, late, motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's different variables that come into going to work. Like, if you had to commute. Your commute time changes every day because of traffic.
Sure.
I've been fucking stuck in traffic because a motherfucker rolled the damn car in the middle of the damn freeway.
Right.
Like, hey, I'm going to be late. Oh, you ain't going to mark you late. Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
It's not my fucking fault. And I'm not leaving an hour or two before my shift to be at work.
We work in different industries. I think the industry that I'm referring to of, young tech professionals and shit, you're at a place where it's kind of like, yo, you don't have a deadline per se. You don't have a time when work starts, that kind of shit. Some people are sleeping at their fucking job in the little fucking...
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole different thing. Over here, on the other hand, we work in different fields where it's kind of like your department opens at a certain time. The businesses we work or contract for open at a certain time. We got to be there. So it's different. But I definitely see what you're saying. Take all the bullshit and micromanagement out of everything, and you'll get a lot more out of people. However, you still have this old mentality of like, yo, we got to keep our foot on a motherfucker's neck. So even if they do go above and beyond, we ain't gonna remember that. We'll say, hey, good job, and keep it moving. But when you fuck up just a little bit, you got to hear about it.
That's when we got it, yeah.
Yeah. So that's I
feel like companies are maximizing profit and overworking the employees that are there.
And that's the problem is that now that people are doing the bare minimum just to get the fuck home and enjoy life, they're calling it quiet quitting. I encourage everybody.
Now they see it.
Everybody needs to Google the term quiet quitting and understand that your job, if they, excuse me, if they want more from you, then there needs to be a conversation of like, yo, well, if you want more from me, then I want more from you too. This is not a one-way fucking street. And don't actually try to sit here and hold me hostage with this job and this paycheck as if, nigga, do more or you ain't gonna be able to pay your bills. Because no, fuck you. There's a lot of jobs out there. And
I will leave.
I hold the cards right about now.
I will leave, and then the other 2 positions that you couldn't fill, now you got 3 positions that you can't fill.
Straight up. You. Good fucking luck. And you're the company department head, so at this point, they're going to look at you going, hey, yo, why do we have 3 spots that are open?
Hey, guess what? We're going to have to shut down your branch.
Right. You laid off,
Your productivity is not fucking
straight
popping,
up. So yeah. I just wanted everybody to know about quiet quitting. I read it and thought it was some straight bullshit. Didn't know where it came from, but just kind of was like, yo, word?
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
How much do you think Target makes per year?
Oh, you know what? I think DeAndre had Googled this at one of our earlier episodes, but I don't know how much they make. I know it's a lot.
Ask is because I went to Target fucking like 3 days ago.
Yes.
And I'm in Target.
Yeah.
And there's fucking... The amount of people that go to Target is substantial enough.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Throughout the whole fucking day. From open to close, there's people in that motherfucker.
An influx of people at all times. Absolutely.
You got 2 motherfuckers at a cashier register and self-checkout. Mm-hmm. How much are y'all making to where you can't fucking put some goddamn cashiers at each fucking register so I can just check out within 5 minutes?
I don't know if you really want those kind of problems.
Home Depot, same shit. You go to Home Depot now, there's one motherfucker checking out lumber on the other side.
Yeah.
There's one motherfucker by the exit checking people out, and then self-checkout.
One person watching over a self-checkout.
Yeah. They got like 4 employees in that bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who the fuck works here?
I don't know.
I need help.
Yeah.
And I can't find a single fucking employee.
Well, I think that's what we're talking about, which is kind of like, there's a shortage of employees. The fucking employers want these motherfuckers who actually are working there to go above and beyond and fill in for all the employees they missing. It's like, man, fucking suck my dick.
But that's what I mean. Like, are y'all just faking these, like, applications? Like, oh, we're hiring, but you never hire? Because it's like, oh, we got to pay somebody to do that.
I think they want to hire people.
The staff that you have now.
Right. I think they want to hire people and get people in those positions, but motherfuckers are picky choosy. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't want to work at no motherfucking Home Depot. Y'all be tripping. And I think Home Depot doesn't look like the best place to work. I think if you are near a Home Depot or you have some type of reason to work at a Home Depot, sure, that's going to be a thing where you're like, yeah, I got the job and it's conducive to my fucking schedule with the kids, picking kids up, blah, 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 blah. If it works for you, that's perfect. But I don't think everybody's like rushing to the door at Home Depot like, yeah, I heard this was a great place to work.
But, it's a warehouse job.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing at McDonald's. It's the same motherfucker shaking the fries as taking your order. And you're like, well, they used to have cashiers to do this shit,
Right, yeah.
And not no more.
Like, are they just keeping the bare minimum staff that they can get away with? Or is like some other shit going on to where you're like, you know what, let's maximize our profits by not hiring them.
I see where you're going with this. Yeah, I mean, that's very fucking possible. And again, maybe that's where quiet quitting came from.
And they're just using like the whole COVID shit as a cover up. Like, oh, nobody's applying, nobody wants to work. Maybe people do want to work, and you're just not hiring nobody.
Or maybe the wages that you're. I mean, at $19.50, $19, like, you know, I don't know, man. $19 ain't really cutting it. You know, with my gas is
not with the inflation rates.
No.
Yeah.
You got inflation rates, but you don't have inflation wages. Like, how the fuck that work?
Yeah, double my shit.
Yeah. Might as well sell dope. You know what I mean?
Listen.
Shit. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucked, but you know, I'll cross that bridge if I ever come to it. Right now, I'm doing something completely different where I'm not.
That affects everything, though.
It absolutely does.
The stock markets.
Have you ever felt like you just have to be in that fucking tunnel vision of like, bro, I can't deal with this shit? You can think about it. You can think about what's going on, but you definitely have to be in your lane and only concentrate on that because it's not enough time in a day. I feel that shit a lot.
Recently I did, but the reason I say that is because checked my 401k the other day.
Oh, that shit gone down so much, bro.
My shit has been stayed the same for like a whole fucking.
Oh, they killed us with that shit.
I let Vanguard manage my shit because they know where to move shit and how to play it when they see numbers falling.
Yep.
My shit fell a few grand, came back, and it's been sitting at a good number for a year. Hasn't fucking moved. It went up $300, and that is a reflection of how well the stock market does. Yeah. So at this point, I'm looking at it and going, maybe the stock market has finally just crashed, but they don't want to admit that because if they admit it, then it's fucked.
Yeah. Don't talk about it.
Don't talk about
all the different world powers.
Like, what happened to all these investors that were like pushing investments on you? Like, invest in crypto, invest in stocks, and AMC, and fucking...
Shit, they're on Twitter now.
GameStop.
Telling me to get into Doge. I'm like, fuck a Doge. Tripping. But yeah, I was just making a joke.
Shit,
but yeah, they're gone.
I'm saying, like, the shit is... I almost want to say the stock market's, like, gone. Like, because companies are shutting down.
Well, I just remember how well Bitcoin was doing when the stock market was good. Bitcoin was fucking soaring.
67,000 or some shit.
And now it's at
20
19. No. 19. Today was 19. Almost at 18.
I haven't checked it because it's like, why?
Yeah, no. I don't have. I only have a couple bucks in it, but it definitely. Anytime I get any alerts of it going up or down, I kind of get a better idea because it only fluctuates with the stock market.
Right.
So I'm just kind of. It gives me a better idea what's popping off instead of having the fucking NASDAQ app on my fucking phone. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a complete fucking nerd. But it is a. It's kind of a sign where you kind of look at it and go, damn, that shit lower than motherfucker. Like at this point, I could probably get me a Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Like affordably compared to before.
I'll fuck around and buy one and the shit go down. So
right, exactly. That's why I'd be like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Or you could be like the motherfucker who had the Bitcoin and bought 3 pizzas with Bitcoins and now is slapping the fuck out of himself. Or the cat who
lost it.
The millions of Bitcoin.
Who lost his password.
Oh. The last thing I heard was he had
3 tries or some shit. Yeah.
I heard he had 1 try left, and I'm probably sitting there every day waking up with a stomach ache going, bruh, if today's the day I try this shit and it don't work, I'm going to hang myself.
Buy a bullet.
Yeah.
Like 40 cents.
Fuck. That's crazy, bro. Those are some problems I don't ever want to have to deal with. I'd rather just be broke than have to know that
I could have been rich.
Oh my. Imagine that bullshit. Imagine you was like, yo, I was rich, just never touched the money.
Like the people
now
who
it's
have
gone.
the winning lottery ticket and never turned it in.
Right. And didn't know.
Go kill yourself.
It's under your fucking seat.
Kill yourself. Oh, I just won a jackpot for $600 million.
Yeah, but
and I'm working a fucking minimum wage job at fucking Jack in the Box doing overtime.
Yeah. I bought a winning lottery ticket.
Ass fucking car.
I
could have had that.
I bought one, but then I spilled coffee on the bitch, crumpled it up and threw it away. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I went to 7-Eleven, bought me a coffee and a lottery ticket, and I won. But I had spilled coffee on it and just kind of discarded it.
Like, you can't just proceed normally through life no more.
No. You're going to be sick forever.
Yes.
Always sick. See somebody come by in a nice car or pass a nice house and be like, bro, that could have been me. But I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's why I don't
know how I'm going to pay my cell phone bill this month, but I could have.
That'd be the worst shit ever.
I think that's worse than... Fuck, that's worse than a lot of things.
Yeah.
To know that you could have had something.
Could have. The coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Cold-blooded. That's the... I think that's the name of the episode. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Or it's going to have to be the Generational Professional Podcast. Because we just got into some very... Priscilla, you're welcome. Our cousin hit us and was like, yeah, this podcast sounds really good now. The volume and everything y'all doing. I was like, oh, appreciate it. She was like, yeah, but y'all was a little extra last episode. Me and DeAndre was talking a gang of like some misogynistic shit. So I'm kind of glad we got to get into some regular adult shit. And
I think it has to happen every once in a while.
Absolutely. Yeah, balance it out a little bit.
Yeah.
And get people listening. And then next week, DeAndre will be back and we'll be talking about...
Right back to the bullshit.
Right back to the bullshit. And they'd be like, what happened?
Yeah, because we didn't even like... You got some bullshit?
The bullshit was the Tupc argument. Yeah.
All right, now let's finish with some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, that's been the motto for a while.
I like that format. I definitely like it. Absolutely.
Every once in a while, like I said, you got to change it up.
Yeah, you got to keep it on the ups. I think some people want to know about real life shit.
Yeah, see, I didn't know none of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, quiet quitting.
Yeah, look it up. When we get out of here, Google quiet quitting.
I'll also show you something, too. You mentioned those boxables?
Yeah.
It's cheaper to buy shipping containers.
I've already looked up the shipping containers. As a matter of fact, on OfferUp, a motherfucker is selling these in Richmond for $2,500 a piece.
Yep.
However, I also looked at
length.
Yes, because there's 40 and 20.
40
but they're all like 8 foot wide. Here's the deal. I watched the Indian lady on YouTube who gave us a breakdown and basically said, okay, yeah, it sounds like a great idea, but understand this. First of all, if you're going to take a wall out to put two of them together because you only have 8 feet. Now think of this. When you have 8 feet, these walls are corrugated steel. So the only thing that's actually structurally sound is the corners. So you have a whole 20 foot or 40 foot length that's going to have nothing but corrugated metal. And it's if you're going to put anything on the top or do anything like that, it's not going to be able to resist a lot of fucking pressure.
No, but you put some load-bearing steel I-beams in there. And
absolutely. So what her point was don't think that you finna, and we talked about this with the boxables, don't think you just finna buy some fucking...
You're not just going to slap them. It needs some structural integrity.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. And then even to get your shit to be able to put anything in them, you're going to have to put the fucking studs in there so that you can put drywall in it because it's corrugated. So now you're on each side.
Drywall. You still got to frame out the wall.
You've lost a foot on each side. So now you're working with 6 feet straight down.
You might, not a foot. I wouldn't say a foot.
No? Well, yeah, okay. So you're right.
You probably lost 5 inches.
Yeah. So maybe a foot altogether.
10 inches.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So yeah,
but if you got 16 feet. I mean, that's bigger than anyone's room.
I mean, I'm gonna put it up on the screen right here. I don't know if anybody listening ain't gonna be able to see it.
I've seen some clean fucking ones.
Absolutely, I'm gonna show a few of them. Yeah. That there's one that they actually made in I think it was in Washington, I believe. But they made it, turned it into a Airbnb, and people have been booking the fuck out of it.
I've seen them like put 2 like this. And then 2 sideways, and they overhang with like some support beams,
right?
And use it as like a car bay.
Yeah,
clean shit.
There was some type of thing in India where people were having, there was a conference or a gathering in where a lot of people with great ideas, engineers, architects, were basically trying to get their housing crisis in order, and somebody had this idea of this fucking tower that basically had a design. All the way up, it just kept twisting up.
I've seen that.
And it was all the fucking... Yeah, it looked really dope. But is it actually sustainable? I don't know.
Walking on steel like... Doom, doom, doom.
Yeah. It seems fucking rough.
Although they are cheaper...
Yeah.
It does cost more to move them because you need heavy equipment now.
Absolutely.
Cranes, you're going to stack them.
Sure.
So, boxables, you might not need... I mean, you still need a crane probably to deliver it.
No, it's a forklift.
Oh.
Forklift. Yeah, because it's only so tall, you can actually get the forks up high enough. But you have to bring a fucking forklift with you or rent one wherever you're setting it down. Not that it's hard. Right. I'm just saying, you have to rig the fucking top to put it on the forks. And then, either way, there's a lot of hidden costs. I'm sure, everybody just looks at it. Oh, 50 grand or...
Well, since you've already seen them, I don't need to show you them.
Oh, no, they are dope.
Yeah, they're dope.
They're dope. And I would love that shit. It just because your house looks clean as a motherfucker, but I don't know what the drawbacks are either. Yeah. I've watched the video.
In a steel box. So.
Yeah, and then it gets hot as fuck, and you sitting there like, ooh,
cooking.
This wasn't the best idea.
I don't know. I think if you paint, depends on what you paint. If you paint in black, then yeah, you're gonna take heat in, but whatever.
Right, but if you live in some place cold as a motherfucker, you might want to paint in black, keep some heat in that bitch. Mm-hmm. But I've seen some dope ones. It seems like a thing. I just don't know if I could sustain for the rest of my life in a fucking container. It just looks clean. That'd be some shit I would do and then rent it or Airbnb it the way I've seen them people do.
Yeah, but it's gotta be dope.
It's gotta be dope. Yeah, if you just got some shitty looking one, nobody's gonna look
slapped together like.
Yeah, the fuck I want to stay there for. Yeah.
They always show them in the best spots though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like it's almost fake.
The one I saw,
some of them like rainforests and shit, where you're like, that looks sick as fuck. But then you're like,
yeah, what country is that?
Yeah, where?
Yeah, where are we in Costa Rica? Like, how you gonna get people to rent that?
Yeah.
But I saw one in Washington. It was in the middle, like right outside of Olympia. I want to say. Anyway, the point is it was right out. It seemed kind of foresty, and the landscape looked really dope, and it was just in a clearing around it. Nothing but trees. Nice. But it was just in this one clearing that was maybe like maybe 100 yards by 100 yards, and everything else around it was just straight trees for miles. I was like, that looks dope. But again, like you said, putting one in there, it looks dope, and the landscape around it is dope. Yeah, you'll get people to come.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But either that or put one right here next to your house. All your neighbors gonna be like, man, get this shit out of here. Did you just bring a bunch of junk over here and make a house out of it, bro? Get this, you fucking up my
That's
price of my house.
When you go to a neighborhood and all the fucking homes are single story, and one person's like, fuck y'all, I'm building the second story.
Straight up, yeah.
And you're like, that was an add-on, bro.
I found something dope out. You remember where Robin Williams used to live out here in the Bay Area in Tiburon?
Tiburon, yeah.
Okay.
That's like Marin County.
Yeah, right across the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah. Come to find out, there is a clause in everyone who lives there, who lives on that hill, because Tiburon is basically one big fucking hill. If you live on that bitch, you can only build high enough to where you would not impede the view of your neighbor behind you's view of the water. Yeah. Like everybody gets a view. So if you buy a house, you can build up, but you better not build nowhere higher. Your roof better not be nowhere higher than this motherfucker's driveway.
People do that shit.
So that he can still see.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, wow, no shit. That's kind of dope.
Yeah. So like some of the houses that you see that are 2-story.
Yeah.
When you apply for the permits, they'll give it to you depending on where you live. If you live on a corner.
Yeah.
Like our shit right now.
Yeah.
They might not.
Oh, okay.
Because people across the street won't be able to see.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
I mean, it is what it is. It's cool for them. It's cool for you. Make sure nobody starts fucking up your view, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to see like your house being built.
No, I don't. No.
I'd be upset, yeah.
Yeah. I also figured out that Tiburon has cameras. The one way in, one way out type of shit in Tiburon. Yeah. They have fucking cameras and they fucking track people's license plates. So you can go in there and try to steal some shit if you want to, but they're gonna catch your monkey ass.
Yeah.
Like it's funny how rich people just have ways of doing shit that we can't get our hands on. Like
no, you can. They're expensive.
It's the city that does it.
Yeah,
not the people.
But license. There's license plate readers.
Obviously, they do that to us.
Bullet cameras that are specifically designed to like read license plates.
I like how y'all could do that shit on the freeways here and charge us money to use the commuter lane, but when people get shot on the freeway, you have no idea who did it. Like, motherfucker, you got cameras to take pictures of my license plate when I go through the toll lane and I ain't supposed to, or my fucking transponder ain't working. Yeah. But the motherfucker who got popped on 580.
I don't even want to get started on that.
I don't either.
That's
okay,
theft.
Let's cut it.
That's theft.
It is.
I paid taxes for the roads to be built, and now you want to charge me to drive down these motherfuckers?
Hey, bro, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
Listen,
I can only use 4 lanes.
Those bitches get cut down by some type of rogue
fucking
citizens.
Yeah.
Hey, then they just get cut down.
Oh. I'm not finna talk about the fact that I just bought one of them transponders, put my shit on 3 and fly.
Did too. And they charge you $25 fucking for it.
5.
For what?
The transponder.
Nah, they charged me $25.
Well, you better call this motherfucker. I bought 4 of them for $25. It's $5 to ship them, and 4 transponders, and my shit was $25.
My shit was $25 just for the fucking little thing.
That's crazy. Is it the one with the switch? You can switch it up and down?
Yep.
For the audience, real quick for the audience who doesn't know, we live in California where on the freeway you have to pay to use the farthest left lane, which is usually the fastest on 880 particularly. The 5 lanes.
And 580 going towards the valley.
Right. On one of the main or a few of the main fucking highways, we have 4 to 5 lanes.
The higher traffic areas.
Yes. You have a transponder, which basically says if you have, 1, 2, or 3 people in the car, if you have 3, they'll let you do it for free. If not, you're paying through an account that lets you use the toll lane. If you ain't from around here, you probably listen to me going, are you fucking kidding? And that's probably enough to make you not want to live in California. But yes, this is some shit we've been dealing with for like the last 2 years, and it's become a fucking thing. We're finding ways to get around it. People are paying. People are getting tickets. It's bullshit. But what me and John are talking about is just the frustration of having to pay taxes for the roads that we use and then having to pay a premium to use one of those lanes. Horseshit. Straight the fuck up.
Yeah, because we used to be able to split lanes on motorcycles, and now you can't because you'll get charged.
Some straight bullshit.
Yep.
But I don't know if we want to get into that today because we've been here for quite some time and we've already voiced our frustrations with certain things, and that would be a whole new episode. Did you just drop the bottle? Now you can't get it. It's gonna stay there. Let's just do the sign out when we get to it.
I'm gonna let you do it.
I gotta do the sign out?
Yeah.
Bro, you're filling in for DeAndre. I gotta do the sign out?
You gotta do it.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks a lot for that. So that's just how you get down. I'm just filling in.
I'm the filler.
All right. Well, fuck, man.
This is your shit.
I guess I got. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Anytime.
I know it's not really your choice of
it don't bother
positions. Me. I know. You'd probably be rather in the room and pushing the clickety clacks and just joining the conversation when convenient. But I appreciate your knowledge base, first of all, and being able to get some of the shit off my chest and talk about some of the things I wanted to talk about with somebody of my age group. Or closer to my age group, excuse me.
Say closer to, yeah. Closer to,
because you ain't my age group. But you know some of this shit. You probably know more than me about some of the shit I brought up. So it's always dope doing one of these episodes with you.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
It's always dope.
Absolutely.
Yep.
From the Generational Gap podcast and crew, this is episode 22, Labor Day weekend, September. And we want to say thank you for fucking with us. And we're going to see you next week. Peace.
Enjoy the long weekend.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Later.